Hello everyone. Today we'll be learning about integers. So let's start with the numbers. First is natural numbers. What are natural numbers? All the counting numbers are natural numbers. Where do we start our counting from? Of course, we start our counting from 1. So the numbers starting from 1 are natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. All these numbers are natural numbers. Then we have whole numbers. What are whole numbers? All natural numbers together with 0 are called whole numbers. When we add that 0 to the family of numbers, then this family is the family of whole numbers. Whole numbers are what? If we include 0 also to the natural numbers, they are whole numbers. Then we have integers. What are integers? All natural numbers, 0 and negatives of the counting numbers are called integers. So how do we write that? The integers are represented by Z. So all natural numbers. Let's start writing from here. 1, 2, 3 and so on. 0 and negatives of counting numbers, that is -1, -2, -3 and so on the either side. So this is the set for integers. These are integers. Okay. Now what are positive integers? Of course, the positive integers are on the right hand side of the 0. The positive integers are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And what are the negative integers? The negative integers are on the left side of the 0. That is -1, -2, -3 and so on. Now 0 is an integer which is neither positive nor negative. Now coming up to the properties of addition of integers. So what is the first property? The first property is closure property of addition. What's that? If a and b are any two integers, then the sum of the two integers is always an integer. That is a plus b is equal to c. Now in this case, if a is an integer, b is an integer, then c is also an integer. So if we add two integers, we get the result which is again an integer. How can we show that? Let's take an example. A is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So a plus b is equal to c. Substituting the values of a and b, this is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So this 1 is an integer, 2 is an integer and 3 is also an integer. So we can say that integers are closed under addition, or closure property of addition is proved here. Okay. Now coming on to the next property, which is commutative law of addition. If a and b are any two integers, then a plus b is equal to b plus a. It is just like adding sugar to water or water to sugar. The sequence does not matter, the result will be same. How can we show that? Let's take an example. A is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. Now a plus b is equal to b plus a. We'll substitute the values of a and b. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. 5 is equal to 5. Again, left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we can say that integers follow commutative law of addition. The commutative law holds for integer. See? Then next we can have another example. A is equal to 2 and B is equal to minus 3. Then A plus B is equal to B plus A. 2 plus minus 3 is equal to minus 3 plus 2. 2 plus minus 3 means minus 1, minus 1. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we can say that integers follow commutative law of addition. Next is associative law of addition. It is nothing but the extension of the commutative law with three integers. If A, B and C are any three integers, then A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Let's see how. Let's take an example. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3. Then A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Substituting the values of A, B and C, we get 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is 3 plus 3 is equal to 1 plus 5. 6 is equal to 6. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. We can say that integers follow associative law of addition. Associative law can be seen in integers. Clear? Of addition, of course. The law of addition. Now next, this is a very interesting thing, the additive identity. What is additive identity? First of all, what is identity? Identity is the face value of any number. That's its identity. The 2 remains 2, 3 remains 3. That's the identity. Now the additive identity. That is, this is a very special number. What kind of special number is it? Let's see. A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A. That is, the identity of the number is not changed when this special number is added to any given number. Let's see an example. Let's say we have a number 2. What number should be added to this number so that the result is 2? Of course, 0. So 0 is called the additive identity for integers. So what is the additive identity? That is 0. And what does that mean? The additive identity means the number which is when added to any integer does not change its value. The number retains its value. Like if we add minus 3 plus, what number should I add to it so that it does not change its value, and the result is again minus 3. What number should be added? 0. So additive identity is 0. Next is existence of additive inverse. What is additive inverse? The additive inverse is the number which when added to the integer gives us a result 0. So whatever the number is, just change the sign and we get the additive inverse. That is, minus becomes positive and positive becomes minus. Like what is the additive inverse of minus 2? Additive inverse is 2. What is the additive inverse of 3? Minus 3. What is the additive inverse of 17? That's minus 17. What is the additive inverse of 34? Let's say minus 34. What's the additive inverse? That's 34. Now tell me, what is the additive inverse of 0? Minus 0? No, because 0 is neither negative nor positive. The additive inverse of 0 is again 0 only. Clear? Now we'll proceed to the properties of subtraction of integers. The first one is closure property of subtraction. That is, if a and b are any two integers, then the difference of the two integers is always an integer. That is, if a is an integer, b is an integer, then c is also an integer. Let's see if it holds. Let's suppose a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So a minus b equal to c. 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. Now here this is an integer. This minus 2 is an integer. 2 is an integer. And minus 1 is again an integer. So integers hold this property, closure property of subtraction also, addition also and subtraction also. Next is subtraction of integers is not commutative. In subtraction, the order matters. How? Now a minus b is not equal to b minus c. Let's see how. If a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2, then a minus b is not equal to b minus a. That is, 1 minus 2 is not equal to 2 minus 1. This is minus 1 and this is 1. So the left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So integers are not commutative under subtraction. Next is subtraction of integers is not associative, when commutative is not, when the integers are not commutative for subtraction, they are not associative either. So it says a minus b minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. Let's see through an example. Now if a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 and let's say c is equal to 3, then a minus b minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. 1 minus 2 minus 3 is not equal to 1 minus 2 minus 3. So minus 1 minus 3 is not equal to 1 minus minus 1. This is minus 4 is not equal to 1 minus minus becomes plus. So this is 0. So left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So we can say that subtraction of integers is not associative. Okay. Now just a quick summary of what we have just read. This is the property. This is the property. Now this is operation on integers. This is the closure property. This is closure. So addition holds for closure property. Integers, they are closed for addition because a plus b belongs to integers and a minus b also belongs to integers. Then for commutative, a plus b is equal to b plus a. Yes, it holds. Addition holds this property also. Whereas subtraction does not hold because this is not equal to. Again, associative. A plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. That order does not matter. But in case of the subtraction, this does not hold. Clear? Additive identity, that's 1. For subtraction also 1. Sorry. Oh no, that's not 1, that's a 0. This is a 0. Additive identity is 0. And for subtraction also it is 0 only. Why? Because zeros added to any number does not change its identity. And even subtracted from any number, it does not change its identity. Sorry. Then it is additive inverse. We all know the inverse. For positive, it becomes negative. And for negative, it becomes positive. So we have to remember this thing before we get on to the questions. In the next video, we'll be starting with the questions. If you like the content for more such videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next class.